Helping children thrive in the new school year. That's our topic today, and parenting coach Sandra Oluwadare is the one taking that. It's great to have you. You are welcome.
Thank
So
you.
it's,
Thanks for
yes,
having me.
all right, a new school year, and helping children thrive. Now there's that rush, people are getting back to school and all of that. How do you start doing that? How do you start helping children thrive? Or what does it mean, first of all, for a child to thrive when, during the school year?
Okay, so children need to be encouraged because once they begin to see themselves unworthy, once they begin to see themselves less of who they are, we begin to create an atmosphere where their growth becomes stunted. And so as children are going back to school, it's imperative that parents, do all they can to ensure that children are comfortable in their own skins. And the reason I say this is because there's so much pressure, from parents. Some children are even going to a new school, even though this is second term, and, there's this pressure, you didn't do well last term and all of that. So the home is supposed to be a conducive atmosphere for the child. The parents, the home is supposed to be a safe space for the child. So to help children thrive, they should get that support from home first as they go to school. So that's just the summary.
All right. So now, how about kids or who might find it hard to go to school? Maybe those who are starting, maybe their first time, maybe, and all of that, and they are not used to seeing other people and all of that. How can the parents help in that particular situation? Because of course they will need to thriving does come in there. How do parents help kids who maybe it's the first time they're going to school, or those who have not yet gotten used or gotten into that, that feel of going to school and coming back? How do parents help in that regard?
Okay, so parents need to first show children their love for learning. The parents themselves, they need to let children know that learning is important. And so after all the time that has been spent at home, they need to make the children understand that they need to take it a step further by going to learning institutions or learning environments. And so, like I said earlier, a bulk of the work lies on the parents. How these children are sent from home to school plays a great role in how they're going to cope in school. So the home front is the major support center of the child. Now, some children, we find them going to school and they're in class. It's either they're sleeping off or it's either they are not happy. It's
That
sensitive.
sleeping off, with Lagos, you come out by 5 o'clock and you see kids already out. Parents wake them up too early because of the situation of, traffic and all that. They're trying to beat it. How can you ensure against that happening? What can a parent do? I mean, the city is a city that, look, if you stay up until 6, they will have that school at home.
Yes.
How in such a situation, how can a parent make the best of it?
Well, I think because we live in a fast-paced economy right now, and like you said, we have so much traffic to deal with. There's really nothing much that can be done about that. But what I would say is that the parents ensure that the children get enough rest before
So
the
they get
next
to sleep
day.
much
Yes.
earlier. They don't let them
Exactly.
watch movies late into the
Yes.
night. Ensure that they sleep early.
Exactly, because there's a certain number of hours children should
need.
rest.
Okay.
So the parents should just do the calculation and ensure that their children are getting at least 9 hours of sleep, especially for the younger children. So if the children are going to be in the school bus at 5:30 a.m. or 6 a.m., then they
No,
need
6
to,
is too late. Which 6? That's cool.
on my way here this morning, I was just telling
6.
the person that was coming, I was like, I don't know how these children do it, because as early as when I left, there were children already in the school bus, and really, it doesn't help the children in any way. It doesn't help them. And so what the parents can actually do to support them is to ensure that they get enough rest the night before. And then, as the children get to school, apart from the traffic situation, apart from the fact that they are awake early and all of that, some children, they don't get rest at home. Now, what do I mean by that? Emotionally, they are not stable because so many things are happening back at home. And it becomes very difficult for such children to thrive in school. Now, the teacher is saying something, but they are lost in their thoughts. They're trying to make sense of what's going on at home.
At home.
Yes, so the parents, is not just about pressuring the kids that, oh, you need to do this, you need to do well, and all of that. Most times when I talk to parents and we have sessions, they're like, oh, no, everything is going on well. I don't have issues with my children. But then when I call the children in, it's a different ballgame entirely. So there's a disconnect somewhere. Parents need to understand that their actions, their actions really, really impact the children, especially when they are in school. A child who is not having a great time at home, a child who doesn't have a safe space at home, will not thrive in school. And that's why you find children getting into vices, because they want to belong. They need people who they can call friends. And so you as a parent, you are always in your own world. You don't enter into your child's world. You are in your pedestal and you want your child to come to you. Your child is not going to come to you. You have to come down, get into the child's world so that the child can relate with you, the child can connect with you. If not, if the child is having a hard time at home, when he goes to school, he's going to fall back to the first set of people who can provide that safe space. And the thing is, you can't even trust. You don't know if you can trust the integrity of those people. So it's like you are exposing your children to what you are not sure of. So really, helping children thrive, I think 80% of the job has to do with the parents.
With the parents. Thank you so much, Sandra. We'll have you next week, and of course, I'll be much earlier. We'll have more time to explore all of this as children are going back to school.